January 3, 2026. Just after 2 a.m. inside a dark, heavily curtained room in Florida. Only the glow of multiple screens lights the walls. Sitting silently in front of them is the most powerful man on earth, U.S. President Donald Trump. He isn't watching a movie. He isn't scrolling social media. He's watching a live military operation unfold in real time, thousands of miles away. On the screen, a house in Caracas, Venezuela. Inside that house, the sitting president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, is asleep. He has no idea that within minutes, his life will change forever. American helicopters are already in motion, flying just 100 feet above the ocean, low enough to avoid radar detection. Earlier, a coordinated cyber attack has plunged Caracas into darkness. Power grids fail. The city goes silent. And then, ropes drop from the helicopters. Delta Force commandos descend onto the roof of Maduro's residence. They enter through a window. Quiet, precise, fast. Maduro wakes up. He runs. He tries to reach his steel-reinforced safe room. He almost makes it. Almost. Within 5 minutes, the president of a sovereign country is captured, alive, in chains. Later, Trump would describe the moment casually. It was just like watching television. To him, it felt like a show. But this was no show. This was one of the most shocking military operations of the modern era. When the news broke the next morning, the world froze. The United States had kidnapped the elected president of another country from his home. No declaration of war, no UN mandate, no international approval, just raw power. 2 questions immediately shook the world. Why did America do this? And more terrifying, is it really this easy for a superpower to seize another country's leader? If yes, what does that mean for global order? This operation was not spontaneous. It was months in the making. Back in August 2025, while the world believed Venezuela was quiet, a CIA team entered the country in secret. No diplomatic cover, no protection. Their mission? Track Maduro. Every movement, every meal, every routine, even his pets. At the same time, a source inside the Venezuelan government was feeding Washington real-time intelligence. They were waiting for a trigger. That trigger came in November. A phone call. Trump to Maduro. An ultimatum. Step down. Hand over power. Or face consequences. Maduro refused. And with that refusal, the final phase began. In Kentucky, U.S. forces built an exact replica of Maduro's home. Delta Force rehearsed the raid again and again. Fighter jets, drones, and naval assets were quietly positioned around Venezuela. On Christmas Day, Trump approved the operation. The timing was deliberate. Holiday leave meant fewer soldiers on duty. But weather delayed the attack. Washington waited. January 2, 2026. At 10:46 p.m., Trump gave the final order. Within minutes, 150 U.S. military aircraft launched from 20 bases. Cyber attacks shut down Caracas. Air defenses were destroyed. 40 people were killed. And at 2:01 a.m., helicopters reached the target. Maduro was captured, transported to a U.S. warship, then to Guantanamo Bay, then to New York. Images were released. A sitting president in chains on American soil. Why? Trump's supporters claim it was about democracy, human rights, drugs. But the truth is simpler. Oil. Venezuela holds the largest proven oil reserves on Earth. More than Saudi Arabia, more than Iran, more than the United States. Heavy crude, the exact type American refineries are built to process. For decades, U.S. companies profited from Venezuelan oil, until one thing changed. In 1999, Hugo Chavez came to power. He nationalized the oil industry, declared Venezuela's resources belonged to Venezuela. American companies were pushed out. Washington was furious. Sanctions followed. Coups were attempted. Pressure never stopped. By Trump's first term, Venezuela's oil exports were blocked. Today, Venezuela produces a fraction of its capacity, while still holding 1/5 of the world's oil reserves. Trump said it himself the day after the raid. They stole oil from us. Let that sink in. A country controlling its own resources was called a thief. Drug trafficking was the official excuse. But the facts don't add up. Venezuela isn't a major drug producer. Most cocaine entering the U.S. comes through Mexico and Central America, not Venezuela. And the deadliest drug in America? Fentanyl, which doesn't come from Venezuela at all. So why Venezuela? Because China was buying its oil. Because US corporations wanted back in. Because power was being challenged. The world reacted immediately. Latin American nations condemned the operation. The UN Secretary General called it a violation of international law. Russia, China, Norway, and others called it a dangerous precedent. Many called it what it was, New Age colonialism. And Trump wasn't done. He threatened more countries. Colombia, Cuba, Mexico, even India. Tariffs, pressure, intimidation. Rules, it seemed, were only for the weak. Legally, the operation violated international law. In US law, Congress approval was never sought. No war authorization. The administration called it law enforcement. But law enforcement doesn't involve airstrikes, cyber warfare, and 150 aircraft. This sets a terrifying precedent. If America can do this, why not China? Why not Russia? Why not anyone with enough power? Whether Maduro was a good leader or not is irrelevant. Kidnapping a sitting president in the dead of night to seize resources is not justice. It is force, and history shows where that leads. Some believe another motive existed. Distraction, the Epstein files, Trump's name appearing repeatedly, serious allegations resurfacing. A global shock can bury uncomfortable headlines. But no distraction lasts forever, and this story is far from over. Because what happened in Caracas wasn't just about Venezuela. It was a warning to the entire world.